Welcome back from the game of United that saw us beat Bournemouth by 3-0 at Old Trafford. Rashford in the score sheet, Casemiro and Luke Shaw scoring a very beautiful goal that really made him my man of the match of that game of football that we beat Bournemouth by 3-0. But welcome back. This is Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment and share. And today we are talking about Ten Hag and United considering bringing back Depay at Manchester United. That is Memphis, currently playing at Barcelona. We are going to bring you even some sources coming from Barcelona indicating that Depay is not happy with how Xavi is really handling his situations at the club. Then the new goalkeeper replacement for Manchester United that they are going to bring in from Crystal Palace after Dubravka really made his move to a side made his return to Newcastle that had loaned him to Manchester United. And lastly, Erik Ten Hag reacting to the game of United. We beat Bournemouth and what he really thinks about Anton Martial Rashford and what we should go ahead to prepare for in the game of Everton that we're going to play on Friday in the FA Cup. Welcome to United Matters channel. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching us from. Let's get into this as soon as possible because we have no time to waste because more stories are really coming in thick and fast. Now, Laurie Whitwell. Mark this guy's words. He's so much close to the club. He has told us that Memphis Depay will come under consideration given he only has 6 months left on his Barcelona contract and should be available for a modest financial commitment. Talks were held last summer, although they were pushed more by Depay's side. Now, the reason as to why I'm really taking this story serious is because just as rumors came in through that United had really reached terms with Cody Gakpo, that is December, Laurie Whitwell came out and put out a tweet telling us that United are not going to go in for a player who is expensive. They are considering a player who is cheap or a player on loan. Guess what happened? In the next 2-3 hours, we are told that Liverpool was done with the deal of Cody Gakpo. Now, he's a correspondent of Manchester United. Everything he puts out concerning Manchester United is being given to him by the club of Manchester United, meaning that this is what the club is planning. They've backed off the deal of João Felix. They've backed off the deal of maybe Marcus Thuram. Now they are on to Memphis Depay. To me, I believe in Memphis Depay. And if at all is the only option we can bring in, that is better than Olivier Giroud, a story that really came in through that United are really putting consideration on signing Olivier Giroud. I believe Memphis Depay can come in and really do us something great for the club for the next 6 months as we really see ourselves go into the summer with new owners and getting players that we really want at the club. Last summer, we held conversations with Memphis Depay, but they never really came to materialization because Ten Hag wanted Cody Gakpo in there for you, but he never really got him. So I believe it's really a very good deal for United. Better than nothing, though the best would have been that of João Felix, according to me. But obviously, it's not really up to the levels of United to meet the financial demands of Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid want 9. Are they even 9? They want 21 million euros with 15 million euros. With 15 million euros, 14 million euros of the sign of the loan fee. Then the rest should be covered into the salary of João Felix. João Felix is earning £250,000 a week. That means £1 million a week is the salary supposed to be given to him. But in the situation we are into, we have to know that we are in a very tough situation at Manchester United, and we have to accept it. If at all you are poor, you can't act like a rich man. Right now, United are really in a very poor situation, no finances. If Depay comes in through, obviously that will be possible. And I think Barcelona is willing to listen to offers of between €1 million and €2 million for Memphis Depay. And obviously, the wage bill that is really on their neck will really reduce a little bit because Memphis Depay earns some huge amount at Barcelona and they would like to really offload him. But Memphis Depay himself looks like he's not satisfied with how Xavi is treating him at the club. He believes he's a better player than most of the players that are really played ahead of him. Rafinha, is he meaning Rafinha, Dembele, Lewandowski, I think he's talking about Rafinha, because Rafinha is really having a very terrible state at Barcelona. But as things stand, it looks like everything is playing in the hands of Manchester United, because there is even a boost coming in from other sport indicating that Memphis Depay, who was former at Manchester United, signed by Louis van Gaal, and then went to Lyon and then switched to Barcelona, believes it's unfair that he's not getting minutes at Barcelona. He believes that he's better than other players in the squad based on fitness and sporting criteria. So Depay is having his issues, and I believe he needs to come to Manchester United, because for us, we are only having one striker in the names of Antoine Martial. And for Antoine Martial, it's really worrying. It's really a worrying state for Antoine Martial, because he cannot even be played 70 minutes because the manager has to play him sparing. That's why he's it that every time he is really gotten off in the 65th minute of the game to really reserve him, because the manager knows if at all he gets an injury, then everything is going to go on and change. So I think Memphis Depay needs to come to Manchester United, because the club has a lot of space to really give him minutes that he's crying for at Barcelona. Sometimes he'll start games like the game you're going to play against Everton. If at all he was available, or another striker, Martial would have come off the bench. Even the game of Charlton, no need for Martial to start it, because we'll be preparing for a big game against Man City in the weekend. So why bring on Antoine Martial, one of the players that will really help us a lot in leading the line for Manchester United? So Memphis Depay is really one of those that the club is looking at on landing to the Manchester United side. So concerning Antoine Martial and the forwards, Erik ten Hag has the following to say about these players. So he said after the game of Bournemouth that it was once again a great performance from Rashford. I said before the season, and the same with Martial. Believe in the goal because the other players will always create. So focus from minute 1 to the last, and the chances will come. Obviously, for Marcus Rashford, he got a tap in, lucky, and obviously he has gone ahead to score in 4 consecutive games ever since return from the World Cup that really ended on the 18th of November. Remember, Rashford returned and really put in goals against Burnley, a solo effort. He scored against Nottingham. He scored against Wolverhampton Wanderers, and yet again yesterday he went ahead to score against a club of Bournemouth at Old Trafford. 4 goals in 4 games, that is Marcus Rashford. For Antoine Martial, he has gone ahead to score 1 in the last 4 games has played for Manchester United, meaning that he needs to up his sockings, because he missed out on a header in the game of Wolverhampton Wanderers. He even missed out on a header yesterday. That's why Ten Hag is hinting on. He tells them that they should be focused from minute 1 to the last minute, because chances are really going to be coming in through, created by his fellow United players. So let's wait and see what's going to happen as far as the striker situation is concerned at Manchester United, because it really looks alarming that we are having one striker who is really trying to find his form, because Martial is not sharp. He's not sharp. He's just trying to find his sharpness, and when he finds it, I believe he's really going to hit the ground running again and really score in those goals, because the good thing with him is that when he starts to score goals, he doesn't stop. That's it. He'll get you goals and goals and goals and goals and goals. So I believe time will come when the team of United is riding on the back of Antoine Martial, as you see it on Rashford. So I just want to see Martial also firing in goals to see to it that we can have 2 players that are really a threat to the opponents that we are going to face, because in the next 2 weeks we are playing Arsenal and Man City. We need these players to come in and fire in. But one thing I know about Martial, he raises up to the occasion on huge games. So you might find that maybe he's going to get his spark again when he scores against maybe a team called Man City. Now, we all know that Dubravka left the club of Manchester United and returned to Newcastle after having very, 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 very bad games at Old Trafford, especially that game of Burnley exposed him a lot without doing the needful. But United are looking at a 29-year-old English goalkeeper who plays for Crystal Palace and is known as Jack Butland. That's the goalkeeper that United is really looking at. And this has been confirmed by very many sources close to Manchester United. And Butland is really a goalkeeper who really plays for Crystal Palace. When you look at Mike McGrath, he was the first to report this story. He confirmed to us that Manchester United in talks over a deal for Crystal Palace goalkeeper Jack Butland to arrive as backup following end of Dubravka's loan. So Butland is a 29-year-old goalkeeper. He has the Premier League experience, and United are really looking at him to come up and do the needful at the club of Manchester United. Again, another correspondent of United known as Chris Wilder have told us that Butland has been identified as the goalkeeper Erik ten Hag wants to provide competition for David De Gea, and there is hope a deal can be reached. But however much a deal has to be reached, at what cost? That is the most important thing that we should go on and really talk about. Then Alex Crook of TalkSport confirming to us that United are on the brink of signing Jack Butland, did consider bringing Dean Henderson back but decided against it. I think we should really forget Dean Henderson, and it shouldn't be even these conversations, because he has gone on and really held a very toxic interview. He doesn't want to return to Manchester United. He doesn't want. He feels like his career really had hit a dead end when he came in at Manchester United. He was promised a lot and little was really given to him. So I believe he wants a permanent move away from Manchester United. And with the performance he's having at Nottingham, I think he will get a club that can pay close to 20 or 30 million pounds to Manchester United in the summer to get him out of the club. And that will be better because he's even earning ridiculous wages, close to £140,000. Sell him off and obviously get another goalkeeper who is going to be really fitting into the realistic evaluation of realistic profile of Erik ten Hag. So I believe that Jack Butland is going to come in through and really get the job done for Manchester United, but all that means money, because to go all out at Crystal Palace, and get out a goalkeeper. Let me see. There is something I'm still checking here a little bit. Smash the like button, guys. I'm checking the lineups. So he's a backup goalkeeper, Jack Butland. I don't know how much they're going to value him, but I believe he's really going to be costly, according to me, because right now in January, going out with backup goalkeeper for a club like Crystal Palace, they have also to go out and look out for one. So it really leaves us in a very hard situation to really consider on what to do, because we are not having money with us, and considering him, we don't know the price. But when you look at the market value, let me check his market value. And see how much this goalkeeper is going to cost us, because his market value. Jack Butland. All right. Jack Butland signed. So he signed a 3-year deal. And he has. All right. So when I go to the transfer market, his market value is 1.5 million euros. I think that one is a variable. Yeah, I'm not afraid now for that. If at all Erik ten Hag has identified him and he's worth that amount of money, I believe United can go in and really pay that amount of money, 1.5 million euros. And that confirms to us that no way we are getting a right back. It means we are staying with Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Diego Delo, and good enough Diego Delo came in through yesterday and did a very good job. So Butland is really a very good goalkeeper. I think he's good on his feet. That's the most important bit of Erik ten Hag and what he considers. And his scouts are already doing a job in the Premier League. And I believe his scouts are really already doing this job. And he's one of those players that has been on the ladder. And it shows you how prepared Erik ten Hag is, because he sees ahead. He knows what is going to happen. And I think his scouts are really looking out for players in the Premier League to come out and really suit his system. And I believe in the summer we are going to get surprised with who ten Hag is going to sign. I can confirm to you that this time round, he is going to go on and really sign some players from the Premier League, because this time round, he only brought in Eriksson from Brentford, whom he knew because he was training with him at Ajax. So let's wait and see what that is going to take out. But United are really looking in for a replacement of Dubravka. That is another goalkeeper. Now, Ten Hag has gone ahead and really complained about our display that we put up yesterday as we played a side called Bournemouth. He complained of the spaces that we left in between the lines of United that really almost costed us that game, and he was not impressed at all on the way we really played yesterday. He said there were big spaces at 2 when the game was 2-0. Sometimes we have to keep the ball and recognize when to go for goal. That is the next step. It's always good to win 3-0. It was a great performance for the crowd with opportunities at both goals. To win 3-0 is always good. So he's pointing out the spaces we left up when the game was 2-0, meaning that from the 50th minute after Luke Shaw scored in the 49th minute, United really left lots of spaces in the midfield and the attack, meaning that would have really costed us a lot if at all a team was more clinical. And you see David De Gea putting out close to 3 worldies in the entire 40 minutes left for the game to come to an end. Then he concluded by saying, we have to go from game to game. The next is a cup game, but we want to win every game. That has to be the approach. We don't want to look any further. Focus on that. It will be a tough time. We need every energy in preparation and when we kick off on Friday night. So it shows you that games are coming in thick and fast. On Friday, we are having a very huge game against Everton, FA Cup. After that, on Tuesday, we are going to be playing against Charlton. Then I think on Saturday, we are going to be playing against Man City. So games are coming in thick and fast. And I think the only good holiday we're going to get is from Tuesday to Saturday to Friday. Those are going to be like some 3 days of rest. And then we play against Man City. But after playing Man City, we are going to have a very huge rest for the Arsenal game that we're going to play at Emirates and see who is really going to go ahead and really tussle it out. Guys, thank you for watching in. Your reactions to United considering Depay's return are welcome in the comment section below. Then the goalkeeper, that is Butland, coming in from Crystal Palace United, really trying to go on and really convince him to join them. What do you think about it? Do you think Tom Heaton can get the job done, or they should bring another goalkeeper? And lastly, what do you think about Ten Hag's advice to Rashford and Antoine Martial? I sign out for now. See you later. May the Lord bless you abundantly. I'm out.